the future is female ejaculation. Sorry to Bother You is a really interesting film, and I know this movie has been out for a couple of months, but my theater just got it, so Sorry to Bother You is one of my favorite movies of the year. It's subversive, it's funny, it has characters you actually care about. This was a surprisingly well done movie, and I don't mean surprisingly in the way you would think. When I first saw the trailer for Sorry to Bother You, all I could think of was, this is either going to go one of two ways. It's either going to be batshit insane in a fun way, or batshit insane in a stupid way. This is actually batshit insane in a good way. It's got some brutal social satire, racial politics to a degree, but I would put this more on a Fight Club sort of level. It's a satire and indictment of consumerism, on what it means to actually not sell out, to be true to yourself, to be true to your friends, on what it means to actually care about something. And then, of course, it gets suitably ridiculous as it goes along, but not ridiculous in a dumb way. If I try to tell you what the plot was, you would think it was ridiculous in a dumb way, and it's not. Sorry to Bother You is fantastically shot. Boots Riley did an amazing job. It's full of very accentuated lighting, gives off the mood it's supposed to. The performances are excellent across the board. I always look forward to seeing Tessa Thompson because I think she is one of the most underutilized players in modern films today. I mean, you see her in a lot of movies, but how many of them where she's the main character? She needs to be better utilized. Tessa Thompson is a fantastic actress. You've got the little bits by like Terry Crews. You have the white voices by like Patton Oswalt, David Cross. Danny Glover has a small role, but he kills it. Lakeith Stanfield is great as our main character, Cash. I had no problems with any of the casting in this movie. There were a couple of surprises. Actors who I didn't see in any of the trailers, I was kind of surprised showed up in this movie. This is going to be a movie that I think is going to go down. I don't know how it's doing at the box office at this point, but I do believe it's going to go down like Fight Club did. This is going to be one of those movies that's looked at for its underlying message to go with its batshit insanity. And I think that is probably the strongest thing that Sorry to Bother You has going for it. But like I said, it's also entertaining. It's got super witty dialogue. It's got the performances, the direction. I loved the lighting. I loved the fantasy sequences, how they were made woefully practical, whereas, say, if this were a huge budget Universal film with like $100 million budget, it would have been bad CG transitions. I think Riley was genius in how he made some of the weird, fantasy is not the right word, but some of the more off-kilter sequences, which when you see the movie makes sense. There is a really strange and very welcome set of references to The Last Dragon, another criminally underrated movie. So, Sorry to Bother You, it seems to be lots of people are categorizing this as a black movie. And the trailers even sort of did that to a degree. That's wrong. This is a movie that is a fantastic movie commenting on our culture, commenting on the economics, commenting on social media, commenting on what it means to be a member of the workforce. And I think that's where Sorry to Bother You's strengths lie. So I highly, highly recommend Sorry to Bother You. It's a fantastic movie, and I cannot tell you anything about the plot, because anything I tell you that's not in those trailers will wreck this movie for you.